Alright, well, sorry for the technical problems. We're back with TvZ, KeeN versus Soulkey on BaseTradeTV. Tweeted, boom, nailed it. And let's just cross our fingers, hope nothing else goes wrong. Oh, I gotta get Twitch alerts and everything back up too. Alert box. So I will say, by the way, I'm really happy that I finally got to remove this the wisdom teeth thing from the overlay.
Yeah.
In part because I'm really happy that it's funded and I can finally like now comfortably get my teeth out. I say comfortably in air quotes though. But more so that hopefully I won't have to deal with everyone asking about it and being shitty about it. Because I'm not gonna lie, like first off, it's damn impressive to me that it took us like a week to do. Like that's really cool, and I thank all of you guys who helped out. But so frustrating, like dealing with the harassment I was getting for that. Like,
that sucks. But I guess people really like Dusk Towers and King Sejong Station.
Yeah, I was gonna note before we actually started the map contest, this was actually already becoming a common thing where we had put King Sejong for just one of the maps. If you recall, if you don't, whatever. Oh my eyes.
No, I remember, yeah. And then what else in the map pool now? Frost?
Yeah, Frost took the other spot. Yeah. Which I love all the people who misunderstood what Frost and King Sejong were, and everyone kept posting about all the bugs on Frost on Reddit, but it was all screenshots of King Sejong's station. I'm like,
yeah.
What? As we're gonna skip intros because we're having enough problems with the technical side of things today, guys. So we're just gonna go straight into the game and load into Dusk Towers. So game number 1 in a best of 3. Soulkey and KeeN are definitely two very, I'd say, top contenders to take this.
Yeah, I'd take the qualifier for sure. I definitely expect Soulkey to provide a better game than Sleep. Again, like I don't really want to disrespect Sleep, but he did not look on his game.
No, it felt more like he was trying to just too hard to end it quick, I guess. Best way I can describe it. For the second game, at least. I mean, he went super all in. People were saying, like, how can you all in? And now people are saying you're quiet, so I can turn you up a bit. Hopefully that is a bit better. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TING qualifiers. A brand new best of 3. In the bottom left side, it's going to be TCM's, and he did just recently re-sign with them. TCM's Soulkey.
Actually, well, in the top right.
I went way too far.
Oh.
I over-adjusted out. Okay, sorry. Go again.
Right as the yellow Terran. It's KeeN.
Yay.
So I was gonna say that I talking to Soulkey asked for the maps, right? And then I was like, congrats on the new team, thumbs up, you know, why? And he was like, no, misunderstand or something. And then he tried to make Korean, which I think was meant for KeeN. And then he said, I independent. And I was like, oh. Okay, I don't understand then.
Yeah,
I guess reported.
Well, that's going to be awkward. I wonder what independent means, though, at the same time, though, because TCM really hasn't been a team for a while, so that could actually still, I guess, fall into the category of independent, all things considered. But
well, yeah, I guess maybe it's either he doesn't understand that you can still be on a team, but not like that we don't consider a team like something in like a pro league kind of situation, you know, with like 6 other people that you're out with, or it really was like, you know, just a bad report. I'm not sure which one it would be.
Kind of feeling like it's the latter. Maybe is a little bit more expected, but regardless, we have that expansion taken outside, which is a little bit odd. That forces KeeN to duck back in with the SCV to scout. We got a Reaper on the way, but man, this is like a pretty normal opening out of Soulkey. There's nothing really too crazy coming out of this.
Yeah, of course. Don't expect anything too crazy. I mean, maybe KeeN will open up once again with a 2-base build, but as we saw Dusk Towers last game, he did go for the 3rd CC around this time. Yeah, he's up to 400 minerals again. So this is just a Dusk Tower builds look like, which, you know, makes sense. Get the easy 3rd. Maybe he'll play exactly like the last game that we just saw, where he actually also gets like a really quick fourth and plays very defensive. In which case, I would really hope that Soulkey just reacts better, basically. I mean, I don't know if Sleep forgot 2-2 and then felt like he had to all in or something like that, but like getting like 50 Banelings up against someone who's a planetary and like a lot of Marauders and is obviously Turtle, it just doesn't sound like the best solution to breaking them.
Also, our problems have not been resolved.
Oh my god.
So, I don't know what to do about this. And I'm open to suggestions, but we're kind of at this point where I might be better off just trying to solo cast because I cannot. It's just. I'm not an audiophile or anything, guys. I'm not super particular about my audio, but her going robot every 3 seconds in my ears and like sometimes that even being understandable, I just can't converse. And it's not Zombie Grub's fault. It's not like she just learned to talk like a robot overnight. It's just like trolling me this whole time.
I'm actually totally trolling you. I learned how.
Oh,
this is,
well,
this is like a party
just a
trick.
dick.
I don't know. I guess I could suggest if you can do it without your headset, maybe trying that and seeing if it's a headset's problem. But
I really think it's an internet connection problem. I think for whatever reason, I think your internet's being poopy today.
But I usually get something like Skype says for like a second, like, hey, your internet's breaking, or like I have a little bit of lag in StarCraft, or anything, and it's never been this consistent, so I don't know.
I restarted my router, my computer, and everything. I can't do anything else to fix this on my end, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
obviously I want to cast with you. I'm not trying to push myself into a solo fucking cast here. It's just, it sucks because I don't know what to do about it. But, I got one last idea we can try after this, guys. Finish up this first game, since it might just be over here in a moment anyways, all things considered. Bailey's gonna break through that front door. And the choke's actually pretty good, so maybe it won't quite end just here. The Baileys don't quite get those eruptive hits on the Marines, so they do split backwards. Some seconds away from finishing. I don't know. I just realized, like, I don't know if we're gonna have you try and not talk, or I give up.
okay. Well, that was some pretty good tank splash. That was a really good tank to come out at that time. Oh, this might so just be game over. I don't know. Soulkey, of course, dedicating a lot to it, is not going to give up just because there's a bunker and a tank. But unfortunately, the SimCity's pretty good on both.
I mean, the bunker's in such a sick spot. That's without a doubt. But at the end of the day, like, that tank is probably going to be the MVP, so it gets picked up and dropped everywhere. Bunker does break, but a lot of Marines don't die. Second tank pops out, and Soulkey's attempt to just continue this all in may have been a mistake. Making that second wave of Banelings in the base was appealing, but now he gets on top of one of the tanks, finally gets some Marine kills. Not enough Lings left over to kill SCVs, though.
Yeah, this is actually game now. No more Banelings. I mean, this is going to take way too long to rally in to overwhelm, and this is...
He's still going to try, though. It's really his only option at this point. That third base ended up being more of a fake than anything else. Is producing some extra larvae. I mean, that is a considerable amount of units coming across the map, and I guess... It is only one medevac for the two tanks, so for now he's okay, but oh, getting this wall back up. That's going to be annoying.
I don't know if Soulkey's going to try and... I can't imagine he's actually going to try and macro after this. Like, you've got to know it's done. It's over, Soulkey.
GG. Alright, congratulations, KeeN, as he takes yet another game. You know, it's funny, we were having a discussion just last night about, like, how do you beat Ultras in TvZ, and discussing, like, the pros and cons of Terran units here and there. But then we started talking about Korea, and it's like all these Koreans are just... It feels like the Zerg are throwing themselves at the wall. They're like lemmings walking off of a cliff. They're just, like, all hitting, and it's not working, and it's... I don't know. Okay, I have one last idea. We're gonna try and solve this audio problem. If we can't, one of us will just solo cast, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. We'll be back in a couple minutes while I look into this. All right, guys, we're back, and we're trying one more thing. If this doesn't work, we talked about it during the break, and I'll probably just end up solo casting the rest of the qualifiers. They're not exceptionally long, anyways. But the problem is, like, it's hard to understand what's going on since neither of us can find any problems. And I know that the second I say this, I'm gonna have a million people trying to tell me what to do in chat. Please don't. It's not welcome, not right now at least. Because we've been doing this for long enough that we've run into these problems before, but it's none of the regular suspects is the thing. And anyways, so fingers crossed, let's hope whatever fix this is ghetto enough and good enough to work. In the upper left side of King Sejong Station, we've got the yellow Terran player, KeeN.
In the bottom right, as the blue Zerg, it is Soulkey.
All right, Soulkey. Just don't throw yourself at the enemy. Don't. Just.
Well, you know, the Baneling all-in was actually a really good idea. You see that third CC on Dusk Towers, and we've certainly seen Terrans die to it. Considering that KeeN's, you know, defensive emergency bunkers were a little bit late as well. You know, maybe if that SCV had died within the second one, maybe then Soulkey actually does win. I'm not so sure about that, but still. It worked. It's not like he's like throwing away the game or anything, but unfortunately it was just that KeeN had, I think, most importantly, really good SimCity.
So now we got a different problem. Where so far you're consistently sounding good. 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
But you're going fucking loud and then quiet for no reason. Like in the middle of your sentence, it's going like waves.
I remember this was the problem we had on Zoom, specifically. And I guess we never figured out how to fix it.
But see, what I don't understand is this didn't happen last game. It's my point.
Well,
like,
I don't know why it suddenly happens when I turn my camera off, but this is an old problem, I suppose. Olivia, shut up.
Yeah, have you tried blowing the cartridge yet? All right, you know what? We're gonna do some like on-the-fly stuff here, guys. Zombie, call me. I'm gonna get Skype back open. We'll try audio only on Skype, no video.
Okay.
Sorry about this, guys. Like, this is really frustrating, especially on account of the fact that like we were casting yesterday and the day before. There's no issues, nothing's changed. Just for whatever reason, it's no bueno. Hello. Let's hope this works, because I am like at my wit's end with this. Like, I am actually on tilt at this point.
Okay, well, great. I'll talk for a little while, and then we can blow in some cartridges afterwards. Just blow in all the USB holes. USB holes. I shouldn't laugh that much about the joke. The builds have been chosen. So Soulkey is gonna go for a 2-base lair, which is not very surprising. I mean, King Sejong was a very popular map for 2-base lair because it was around the time that the meta was just 2-base lair, 2-base lair, 2-base lair. For KeeN to go for Word of Mine drop into a tank, I suppose. Yeah, into a tank is just, that's standard just for Legacy of the Void, safe Terran. Not really necessarily to the map like I think Soulkey is really playing, honestly.
Well, so far so good, but I feel like saying that jinxed it, so where's my wood watch so I can knock on some wood? Use my desk instead, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, do you have a desk? Like a wooden desk?
I do. That's what occurred to me as I was saying it. Which is good for the superstitious nature of knocking on wood. But letting take down the back rocks, I want to say very key to this game. There's just too many, like the second we saw King Sejong come back to the map pool, tank, bunker, like everything set up out here out of every Terran we were seeing. But KeeN's actually not doing any of that right now. Reaper's going to jump up to the main and maybe get a bit of a poke. We also have that drop heading off to the south.
Really, Soulkey should not be taking any damage, and obviously an ideal world, but it could happen. A Spore Crawler obviously being put down in the natural, and also, oh wait, where did the other one finish up? Oh, maybe that would just finish up in the natural. Okay, well, the natural makes the most sense. The natural is where Liberators are going to be able to siege up, where the attacks usually go directly to, and just, you know, are good. But unfortunately, this medevac went to the 3rd base, where the Wood of Mine obviously isn't very helpful. Maybe it'll kill some of the Lings that surround the Marines, but it's not going to help kill the building.
Had to be careful how that was going to go off. A nice pull off out of Soulkey, like split-second timing on that Ling running away. Mineral line positioning is a little too perfect, though. Without the addition of Queens, I think this 3rd base is going to have to get canceled.
Ooh, that's quite unfortunate. That is on a drop that is really supposed to get that much damage. I mean, I guess it was only halfway done, so...
He's actually handling this really well. Like, the Liberator got pushed back pretty early, so this wasn't too much of an issue over here. The third base getting canceled. Okay, it sucks, but he didn't throw away his lings needlessly into it. We saw that really sick control. He's going to do it again. Baits the hit from the Widow Mine. Doesn't go off. Picks up. Reburrows. It's a whirlwind. It's a roller coaster ride of emotions.
It is. It's taking a very long time to clean up. Once again, not getting the best hit from the Widow Mine. But now it is finally cleaned up. Third base on the way. If this didn't clean it up, mutas would have. And they are on the way as well. Very early, obviously, as it went for a 2-base layer. KeeN did not really scout this. Nope, wait, he saw the Spire.
This has got to be like one of the most egotistical sub shoutouts I'm going to do. But shout out to 77 Praise It. God in the chat. Just subscribe to the channel. But here's the question. Which kind of God?
No comment.
I think Greek ones are probably some of the cooler ones.
Well, Greek ones are just basic humans with supernatural powers, so...
So they're actually more believable than like one super omnipotent being.
Yeah. I do want, like... What do you think is better, right? Because obviously the Greeks were in a perfect society, but they had like a good thing going for a while. Do you think it's better to have gods that you can relate to and that also like make mistakes like humans do and creates a lot of drama and interesting stories? Do you think it's better to have like a god that is like all forgiving and, you know, the promised land and whatever?
I think I'm actually pretty glad that both exist in the world, even though I'm fairly agnostic. And that it'd be a little too hard to pick one without a much deeper conversation behind it.
Well, that's true, but it isn't. Oh, okay, this third's gonna go down. That's really bad. Speaking of unfortunate, because you know the double drops are intercepted with the mutas, and that's not a big problem. But double drops get unloaded, and it's actually a very big problem for someone who went for mutas very quickly, because not a lot of gas or money was invested into banelings. Obviously, baneling speed has been put off for a while. Upgrades have been put off for a while as well, and that is just. This is actually a very bad game for Soulkey at this point. Canceling a third and then losing it.
That's too many mutas to trade out for that drop. I gotta say, I didn't expect them to do that well.
Yeah, it's really. I mean,
Whoa.
I feel like kind of bad saying this, right? Yeah, he's already got like a macro hatchery. I feel kind of bad saying this, but I really feel like KeeN is not doing something Super Saiyan, right? It's not like we're watching the best Terran play we ever have. It really feels like the Zerg are just not up to snuff. Like, maybe we're biased because we just saw best of 15. We're like,
you're watching
won,
somebody like
13
Nurtio
games.
play so well, yeah. It's definitely a topic that I think, again, if we had a proper talk show, it'd be worth discussing about our thoughts on where Korean Zerg are at right now. But I mean, somebody like Soulkey is not someone I expected to be on the silly side of things. Yet here we are, and he's not really playing this game too well against a player who is just. I feel like. You say the Super Saiyan, I really want to emphasize what she means, guys. We don't have insane pickup drop micro. We don't have like these lucky ass Widow Mine hits. Like, KeeN's just doing some pretty normal stuff, fighting in mineral lines, doing everything that you should be doing that would be like pretty standard for Terran.
I was gonna bring up, because we had so many audio issues. That,
I'm sorry, you're gonna bring up what? I have no idea what you're saying.
I was gonna bring up, and then we had so many audio issues.
Okay.
I don't know anything between that.
Oh, because it just all I heard was.
Is that well, damn it, you did it again. I lost train of thought. No, but Soulkey did not perform that well in the Korean qualifiers, so he might be on a low point of his play, just in general.
That's true.
You know, we're used to seeing the Soulkey that wins in Lima leagues and whatnot.
Yeah, you may be taking this somewhat casually as well, I suppose. Ting's a decent amount of money, but for these guys in Korea, whether you're on a team or not, I guess they might be used. This sounds silly to say, right? But like used to higher stakes.
That's not like. Yeah, I actually kind of agree with that. They're not usually used to like, super long, drawn out online tournaments at the very least. But that's good news for KeeN, who was performing very well. And I checked the brackets, right? No Regret lost to this guy. Tails lost to this guy. I'm not sure who Natural 21 is.
This positioning. Is it really just the map? Like, I don't understand, Zombie Grub.
I'm not laughing at this, but now I also am laughing at this situation. So for poor Soulkey, looks like he may just die here. There's not enough army for him. Down 30. I asked Olivia who Natural 21 is, and she's like, I'll look it up. No, wait, don't Google it. Just porn.
This is porn. All right, really nice spread here out of the bio. Liberator's gonna take out the Mutas. No chance to survive. All your base are belong to us, and looks like KeeN has pretty much walked over Soulkey. And this says a lot. I mean, Soulkey's a player who I feel on his worst day, kind of just like still better than most, but to be honest, he's looking worse than most foreigners that we've been casting recently. And I really like and respect Soulkey, so I don't say that too lightly.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is why all those Koreans are complaining to Kespa.
4 larva injects wouldn't help this scenario.
Yeah, that's how you would. That is, yeah, exactly.
4 larva injects don't save running into mineral lines.
Maybe they would have given him just, 15 extra Zerglings for that all in the last game.
So on the topic earlier of Greeks, by the way, I've always thought in my mind, even though I know it was completely different and like such different levels of power, I always I viewed Romans and Greeks kind of like Canadians and Americans. Like they're basically the same, little differences here and there, kind of like neighbors.
Agree with that. I think that's actually a really good thing. I mean, if like America and Canada were like years and years apart, right? But still, like they took all the gods, they took all like the idea of like art and form and whatnot, and they're like, that's pretty good. Let's steal it. Which is Canada to America, obviously.
Yeah, totally, totes. Oh look, our cameras are both gone because we were using Zoom before. Fuck.
Oh, I also turned it off for
Yeah, but I mean like the overlays. It's just a ting overlay right now. It's no big deal. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Today's just, you know what? Like if it wasn't fucking 6:30 in the morning, I would just start drinking. I think, and that would be how we deal with this.
let's just turn into a drunk cast. Fall asleep, wake up.
All right. Well. Yeah, I think at this point we're just gonna muscle through it in a bit of the best coping mechanism we have to this would just be silly. So I'm just gonna say it. If you guys are expecting a really amazing cast at this point, you're not gonna get one.
Yeah.
Especially if people keep playing like this. I feel so like bad. It's such like a shitty fucking rich guy talking shit about poor people, like way to go about it. But it really is like, man, what are these Korean Zerg doing?
Dying to mineral lines. Minerals are our greatest weakness.
Folks, we're going to be doing Natural 21 versus KeeN when we return. Then we'll do a Patience versus either Billowy or Gumiho afterwards. So stick around. We'll be back in a couple minutes.